Hey, what's going on, everybody? AK here from the cover band known as Flyby Radio. Welcome to episode number 4 of Cover on Covers with AK. We've got Trey Foshee from Blackberry Breeze on the podcast today. I'm really excited for you guys to hear this one. I'm really excited to interview him. Really anxious to speak with him. So for those of you who are new, let me break it down for you. I interview people who are in cover bands or original bands. I get to know them, you get to know them, pick their brains a little bit, and then I go ahead and promote their bands. So if you like what you hear on the podcast, make sure you go to coveroncovers.com, and there you can find all of the ways to get in touch with this band to try to see where they're playing, if they're going to be in an area near you. So with that said, welcome to episode number 4 of Cover on Covers with AK.
All I wanna do is sit and watch the world spin around with you. All I wanna do is sit and watch the world spin around with you. Baby, we're going places, we can see it when we look into each other's faces. No one can stop us, we're making memories. Now we're carving hearts on trees now, and it's no surprise when our friends...
Ladies and gentlemen, Trey Foshee from Blackberry Breeze. How you doing, Trey?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Did you finally get everything, your computer all situated, worked out?
Yes, ma'am. We are good to go. I had to figure out a few things, but I'm good to go now.
I know, when you had messaged me, it made it sound like you had to drive 2 hours to go get your laptop. Was it with a band member?
Oh, yeah, it was. We had our sound guy had the trailer this week, so I had to just run to his house real quick and grab it. No big deal at all.
Well, I'm trying to find more convenient ways for people to do this, and I thought Skype would be easy, but you're not the only one, trust me. Like,
yeah.
The last few people have been like, hold on, I gotta re-download it.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing, but I know I could have just done it on my phone. I just didn't even think about that. Whenever I think Skype, I'm thinking video, so like I could have done this way easier, but it's fine. I can hear you much better on this than I could on my phone, I'm sure. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I had thought about doing a video at one point, but then I kind of thought, I really don't like to be videotaped.
Yeah. That would be, I would probably be a lot more awkward than I already am.
I know, like you start moving your hands more and you like rub your hands through your hair more and you're like checking to make sure you don't got something on your face. Yeah.
Exactly.
So audio is the best way. Plus, on top of which, I do this because on the weekends when I'm driving to gigs, I don't listen to music. I listen to podcasts. So I don't want to watch anything and I don't want to listen to music. I just want to hear people talk about, whatever they talk about.
That's cool. So
with that said, tell me a little bit about yourself. I mean, we'll get into Blackberry Breeze, but I want to know, where are you from?
I'm from a small town called Dadeville, Alabama. It's right outside of Auburn. If anyone knows the area and knows Lake Martin, it's right on Lake Martin. Lived here pretty much my whole life, except for a couple years that I lived away at college, and just basically came back here, and that's when the band kind of started off, and we've been just doing it ever since, kind of just hanging around small town Dadeville. It's a good location because it's near Auburn. It's not too far from Birmingham or Tuscaloosa or Atlanta, really, and that's kind of our the places we play the most, so it just works. That's a good hub for everybody to meet up and to set out from.
Right. So the guys, they're all from the same area as well, or?
To begin with, yes, we were all kind of local, but since then we've kind of spread out a little bit. It's all the same guys. They're all local guys, but we've just kind of they've moved around, and we're still pretty close. It's just not like here in Dadeville. But we always say from Dadeville just because that's kind of our hub, I guess.
Yeah, that's what we say. We're from Birmingham, Tuscaloosa area, but I live in Gulf Breeze, Florida, so.
Yeah, gotcha. We kind of did that because we felt like saying we were from a bigger town would just be more appealing to bookers, I guess, and saying we were from Birmingham. I think we even said we were from Huntsville for a little while in the beginning because our original lead singer lived in Huntsville, and he was driving back and forth to shows, and we felt like this Huntsville was a good neutral ground because we were trying to get into the college scenes of Tuscaloosa and Auburn, so we didn't want to seem like we were biased toward either, and we just we chose Huntsville because it was a bigger town, I guess.
You say the original lead singer, and I noticed when I was Facebook creeping that there was a different lead man. At first I was like, that's not Trey. I mean, Trey looks way different in that. But yeah, so were you one of the originals, or were you just added in, or?
Yeah, we started off. I was in a singing competition in 2012. It was just a local thing at a local bar, and it was fun. But I got a gig out of it with another local bar, and uh, she wanted. I had another band at the time. It was just kind of a throw together thing, and we weren't really serious. We were just playing some songs that we like to jam to. And she booked us. The lady booked us for a show, and ended up liking it. But after that, half the band decided they didn't want to do it anymore. So I was like, all right, well, I'll put something else together. And that something else turned into Blackberry Breeze, and we've been going hard ever since. So, but originally I wanted to just play guitar. I wanted to be a kind of the behind the scenes, not necessarily behind the scenes, but not center stage kind of thing. And once our other singer left, I was like, well, I'll just be the singer now, and that's the way it's been ever since. I guess about 4 years now doing that.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah,
Very cool. I thought you guys had been together for a lot longer than that.
yeah, we've been together total for about 6 years, I believe, since
Okay.
2012. So, but I guess my solo, I say original lead singer, we kind of shared singing duties anyway, but I wanted him to be the spotlight guy, and I wanted to be just kind of the guy who chimes in every now and then. But it turned out, it still worked out. I still like the way it is. It's just wasn't my original plan. It just kind of we rolled with it, and this is how we ended up.
I was going to say, do you like that arrangement? Because, I mean, going from singing a few to being the main
Yeah,
faux
I
show.
I like it. But even still, though, we do split the vocal duties between Paul and Jake, the drummer and bass player, and that's kind of always how it has been. It's just now I'm in the middle, which is cool, I guess. But well, I like sharing the duties because I don't like to be like, hey, I'm the singer, I'm singing all the songs, and I don't know. It's just cool to change it up, I guess.
Oh, no, I completely agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you.
definitely.
Oh, awesome. And y'all know all the guys that you have in the band. They are really great, down to earth guys.
No doubt about
I
it.
mean,
Like,
you are too, but I'm
yeah,
saying like all of you guys are just very down to earth, very chill, nice, helping.
I feel like we're lucky to be able to have the group, or I'm lucky to be able to have the group that I have because, and honestly, and we're like brothers, we're like family, and I know probably all bands say that, but I have two actual brothers, and it feels the same, once your brother, your family, your real brothers move away, get married, and have their own lives going on, but my band is still here, and it's like still having brothers, even though we're all grown up and stuff. It's cool. It's good to have.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I completely agree. I mean, our sound guy and like our bass player, they're like family.
Yeah.
I know that they're there no matter what I need. They're there.
Oh yeah.
So they're very good guys. Excuse me, sorry. I'm like I just got a cold this weekend, so I'm super nasally.
This is the first weekend of the year that I've had like some throat issues. It's not bad. It's just kind of Saturday night show. I started giving out a little bit, and that's the first time this year that's happened. So it's got to do with the pollen, and we kind of went hard at Sky Bars Friday night. So
Yeah,
that
that happens.
yeah.
A 4-hour long show, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, awesome. So how long have you been singing?
I've been singing. Well, I get it's hard to really put a date on it because I really have honestly been singing as long as I can remember. I remember being a kid and every time I got a new like CD or even tape, that's how old I am. Uh, I would open the book and I would want to read the lyrics. I would do that. Anytime, like I would always read the lyrics. I would read basically anything I could find out about that band. I would. This is before like internet was very widespread, so. Like I'm looking at, who these people are thanking in their thank yous at the end of the album cover, and looking at who all was the musicians that played and stuff like that. Like that's always been an interest to me. And then my dad kind of had this karaoke system and little small PA that he would run like on the weekends sometimes, and I would just set it up in the living room. I guess this is my teenage years or so. And I would just run through all these songs and just sing whatever song like I was feeling, just look through the list and just sing and sing and sing. And that helped me. I guess doing that then helps me now because I have the hardest time memorizing lyrics. And I don't think that I could have learned as many lyrics now if I hadn't been doing all that research, years ago when I was a kid. I remember a lot of those lyrics from then. So that actually did help me out coming up. So, but I can't really put a date on it, really. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, let me rephrase this. When did you first start singing in front of people?
Okay, that's because interesting.
I'm in the same boat as you, but I didn't actually start singing in front of people till and doing competitions till I was about 14.
Okay, yeah. So you were younger than me because I think I was about. I mean, I would sing like karaoke or whatever, but I wouldn't count that because I wasn't serious about it or anything. But I had another band before, like my very first band. We started when we were in high school. I guess I was 16, 17, 18 years old, and we didn't have a singer. We had three guitar players and a bass player. No, we had three guitar players and a drummer, and that was it. We didn't know what we were doing, but all of a sudden it came. We saved up some money. We sold T-shirts, saved up money, had a PA and some microphones. So then it was like, okay, well, who's our singer? And nobody volunteered. Everybody kind of looked at me. I was like, I guess I could try it,
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it came to be. And I guess I was like 18 or so when we played our first show, maybe 17. And I guess that's when I don't even know what year that was. I don't know how old I am. How old am I? I guess like 13 years ago, maybe, or so, 14 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were with that. So what other bands were you in before Blackberry Breeze?
All right. So my first band, which is the one that really, I guess, taught me a lot, even though there's a lot of things I still would have done different. It was called Still Fading. We were a rock band, and we were a religious rock band, a Christian rock band, and we did a lot of like church gigs and festivals and stuff like that. And it was fun. We had a lot of good times, and it was a big learning experience. After that, like our guitar player, he moved off to Guatemala. He got married and moved to Guatemala, and him and his wife are still to this day built from the ground up and are running an orphanage down there, which is super awesome. I still keep in touch with him a lot. Jeffrey Haynes is his name. Then Jordan, Joe, Jerry, they're all still local, still good buddies of mine that I talk to from time to time and hang out with, Joe especially. But anyway, they're doing cool stuff. The next band after that I really had, the one I was telling you earlier with the throw together thing after I won, or didn't even win, I just placed in the singing competition. We called that band the Dave Matthews Band. That we had played only like 2 shows, and both venues put Dave Matthews Band on the mark.
Oh no.
Yeah, it didn't go. I mean, I guess we should have known that would happen, but it was a fun thing. And then Blackberry Breeze, I've kind of sat in with a few bands over the years, but these have been my only 3 that I consider kind of my own deals.
Right. And then where did you guys come up with the name Blackberry Breeze?
It's just kind of dumb, but it was our mind process coming in. We had a vision. Our vision was to make it on the scene that what we're doing now, and we were thinking if we came up with something that was kind of beachy, kind of southern, because that's where we like the beach and we want to book beach gigs, but we also we are southern, and that's kind of blackberries is kind of a southern thing that grows here. We just figured Blackberry Breeze was beachy, southern, and kind of sounded like it could be a like mixed drink or something. So that was our idea there, and maybe it worked, maybe it didn't. I don't know. We're still using it, so I guess it works.
Yeah, what's really funny is that I always thought you guys were a cover band, like just a cover band. And so then when you released A Spaceship to the Moon, the EP that you guys released in 2016, I feel really bad because I remember when you released it and I didn't really think to listen to it. But I was like, oh, well, good for them. Like they're coming out with an original album. That's really cool. And so then from then on to this day, I thought you guys were a cover band. And then I thought, well, maybe let me take a listen to this and see what it's all about. And so I'm thinking, okay, so it's Blackberry Breeze. Trey sounds so Southern. So this is going to be like country, like something different country. Okay. And I think I listened to All I Want to Do first. Yeah. And I tell you what, once I listened to that whole song, I was fangirling hard.
Way awesome.
Because I was like, oh, this is my stuff. Like, this is like, I love listening to reggae music.
No way, yes.
Like, Revolution is probably, I love Revolution. I saw them in concert, and they were amazing.
I saw them in Birmingham in January, actually. First time I had seen them, and it was an amazing show. Great show.
Yeah, and so, like, I didn't think that this was you. I mean, I know you got up and sang, like, Sublime whenever the times you would come up and sing with us, but I just thought that was you singing to the style of the song.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm listening to this, and even when my fiance came home from work today, I was like, you gotta listen to this. This is like my new favorite album, and I feel like a jerk because I'm interviewing him today, and I've known him for like the last 3 years.
No, it's quite all right.
But if y'all have not listened to Blackberry Breeze, A Spaceship to the Moon, you have to listen to it. My favorite is All I Want to Do and Sweet Mary.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh, those songs are so good.
Thank you.
And yeah, I'm impressed. You have a great voice.
Thank you so much. As do you.
So, thank you. But yeah, no, I was floored, and I apologize for not having listened to this before.
I'm glad you check it out. We're actually working on tomorrow. We're working on some vocals on 2 new tracks that we're looking to release before the summer. We've been kind of picky and a little slow. We're doing it all at home and sending it to the engineer that we know that's great. Josh Bright is his name. Does great work. And we're working at home, so it's going slow, but we wanted to make sure it's the quality that we want. So that's why it's kind of taken to a little.
Oh well, yeah, absolutely. No, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So going away from a little bit of the music, I guess. So I've asked every single person, well, the 3 people that I've interviewed yet so far, and I mean, really get into this one because I love these stories, and I want people to know the crazy stuff that happens at shows. So tell me the funniest, craziest thing that has happened at show. Like the first thing that pops in your head. I don't care if it's inappropriate. Just don't swear and we'll be okay.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't mind if it's inappropriate, then I can share this story.
Yes.
Because I mean, I'm sure there are crazier things that happen, but this one is kind of iconic because mainly because the aftermath can still be observed in the specific parking lot.
Oh.
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm telling this story.
Yeah.
So I need to introduce this guy real quick. His name is Michael Keys. He ran sound for us for a long time and just a good friend, lifelong friend we've had. He ran sound and drove the van for a while. Well, we like to eat at a restaurant called Big Daddy's in Tuscaloosa. It's right next to across the street from Glory Bound. If you know where, I know you know where that is. But,
yeah.
It's just a small Mediterranean cafe kind of thing, and it's like a hookah bar in the back. Really cool place. Good food, great food. We love Big Daddy's. Anyway, very spicy sometimes. And
where is this going?
So Michael Keys, he's gonna hate me for this. So we're walking down the hill to the parking lot where our van is parked, and he all of a sudden has to go. Like he cannot wait. Like it's immediate. He unbuttons his pants as we're walking down the hill. He doesn't think he's going to make it. He knows he can't make it to a bathroom at this point, but he don't know what he's going to do. But he knows he can't make it. So we get down. We get down near the trailer. So this is apparently this is his only option here. He leans up next to the trailer, pulls his pants down, and he explodes a crater into that parking lot.
Oh.
It is the noise that we've ever heard, and it's the worst. It is the worst. And I mean, there are crazier things that have happened, but that is the one that is the iconic story that we have to tell that must be remembered because it was.
Oh.
If you're ever across the street from Chop House in Tuscaloosa, if you ever park in that parking lot and you see a crater over there, just know that that's where it's from.
Oh my God. You know, we're playing there in a few weeks, so I'm gonna have to point that out. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So that's a funny moment with the band.
Definitely.
What's the craziest thing you've seen from a crowd?
On stage, man.
And y'all keep in mind that as singers, just because there's a ton of you in the crowd, that doesn't make you invisible. So when you do something stupid, we see it.
Yeah, I always try to. Oh my God, I got another one. This was great. Oh my God, and I'm definitely telling this story, even if it's not very inappropriate. But luckily, I don't know this girl's name, so I can't embarrass her. But thank God, because all right. Usually, what I try to do is something crazy happens, like at a show. If somebody gets like embarrassed, where like something crazy, like somebody's, I don't know, boob falls out. I don't know. I hope I can say that.
Yeah.
So I try not to like draw attention to it because somebody's embarrassed. Like I always feel like the best thing to do if somebody's embarrassed is to call attention away from it immediately to save the embarrassment because I would want somebody to do that to me. Well, there was one night we were playing at Druid City in Tuscaloosa. Great venue, like huge venue. We've only played there a couple times, but great time every time. Our buddy Nick runs down there. He does a great job. So it's a girl's birthday, and we're going to bring her up on stage. We usually do that for birthdays. And, she didn't see the stairs, so she got her friend to just lift her up. And she was wearing a dress, like this silky, short dress or whatever. Mm-hmm. And as her friend was lifting her up, he had snagged the dress and lifted it all the way up.
Oh.
And her arms are kind of pinned, so she's just standing like the whole crowd, like above everyone, like the Lion King, like Simba up in the air. No underwear, nothing, just everyone to see. And I'm trying to look, I'm pointing the other direction, trying to get everybody to look that way.
Oh no.
It's just, we have on stage we have our talkback mics and our in-ear monitors to where we can talk to each other as the show's going on. And the waves were silent as this was happening. And Jake, our drummer, as we were trying to just try to compose ourselves on stage, he whispers over in the talkback and says, "Are we just not going to talk about this?" And we lost it. Oh my God. It was hilarious, but bless this poor girl's heart.
That's one very difficult thing for me as a female singer in a band full of guys.
Yeah, I bet.
Because they're guys. Yeah. So they're not going to not look.
Right, exactly.
And so, like, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, honey. And so, like, naturally, like, when stuff like that happens at our shows, like, if some girl's, like, moving around and her boob falls out, I go to her and I cover it.
See, that is so sweet of you to do that.
But I'm female and I can do that and get away with it.
Right, yeah.
You guys, you just have to sit there and pretend you don't see anything.
Don't see it, but we definitely see it. We definitely see it.
Oh, you totally see it. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you how many times. Like, well, and I think there was one time that we played a fraternity party in Tuscaloosa, and this girl, I mean, she must have been on something other than alcohol. Yeah. Because she's sitting there and she's dancing, and they both fall out. So then, like, I go over to her one time and I like kind of cover them. And I pat her shoulders like, "You're good." And then like she just kept doing it, and so it got to a point where I was like, "All right, they're gonna hang out." Yeah. And like you got like boys videoing, and I'm like, thank goodness I did not grow up.
Oh no.
Around that.
So it was like she was wanting it to happen. Is that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and she was trying to get attention from the band, like the guys. So I was like, okay, fine. Like I did what I could. Right. This is just you now. This is all you. But oh man. Yeah. Oh golly, the stories.
Yeah, it's one of those hard situations. Like, oh, bless her heart, but at the same time, yeah, I'm looking. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, and it's sad because like they're so intoxicated, so most of the time they don't
Uh,
they don't realize everything that's going on.
uh,
You know, I know this is about you, but I'm gonna tell you a story. Same frat party. So this is like the one memory that comes to mind, and it makes all the guys just like it makes them want to hurl a little bit whenever we talk about it.
yeah.
So I'm sitting and I'm singing on stage, and I look over to my left, and I see this kid making out with this girl, and he's holding a bottle of Fireball, and he's sitting up against our speaker, and they're just like they're going at it. I mean, like they're kissing, just all everything, and then I see him go to chug all of the Fireball. And he drinks it all, and I see him throw the bottle, and they keep making out. And the next thing you know it, he just projectile vomits
No.
all over. I mean, like, I think he got some on her, and then the rest of it hit the floor.
Yikes.
But the worst part is I don't remember her leaving.
Yeah. See, that reminds me of another story. Is it all right if I tell another one?
Oh, please do.
Okay. So that we were one night. It was a late night show. I won't say the venue because if anybody listens, they might. One of the people that I'm talking about may remember it because it's a friend. And I know the person. I know one of the people that was in this group. So very very similar situation. They were passing around this bottle. I don't know what was in the bottle, but they were passing around about four or five of them, and they were front row. It was late night in the show, but they were kind of friends, so they were still hanging around. But they were passing this bottle back and forth, and then it gets to the girl in the middle, and you can see the look on her face. Like, it's like, oh no, like I drank this, but I shouldn't have. But she tries to hold the bottle to her mouth, and it slowly starts to come out. It looks like a worm just piling out of her mouth. It's the grossest thing ever. The grossest thing. But she bends over, hops back up, looks around. Nobody saw it, passes the bottle off, and they keep drinking it.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that was the grossest thing. Everybody, the whole band saw this go down. So like, you can ask them that it was one of the grossest things.
Oh.
It coined the phrase "worm" because it did like it was. I'm kind of getting grossed out thinking about
it. That's so gross. That I'm never, you know what? I don't do it very often, but like sometimes at fraternity parties when they hand you a bottle of something, like I'll pretend like I ain't touching bottles no more.
Yeah, I turn them down unless very rare occasion will I take a bottle from somebody, but I'd rather not.
Oh, that's so gross.
It's bad. That was so bad.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, what alcohol does to people.
I know, right?
Do you drink at shows?
Sometimes I don't usually get like hammered or like just crazy drunk or anything. I'll take maybe a few beers. If it's a local show with a bunch of friends hanging out, like for instance, every year on Labor Day we do a local show, and that's my birthday weekend. So that weekend I'll usually get pretty turned, and I try to stay good enough to make it through the show, but then after that is when I'll go wild afterwards. But I try not to drink too much at shows, just not because I don't think I could perform, but just really I don't really drink that much anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't drink very much either after the last time I drank too much.
Yeah. Same here.
Which was literally about a year ago. You just, you get handed one too many tequila shots and you're just...
Exactly. That's the one that does it, is tequila, always.
I remember signing some guys' butts. I don't remember changing out of my stage clothes. I remember like wrapping some cables, and then I remember a brick wall.
Oh, yeah.
And that stayed pretty consistent the whole night.
Nice. That's one thing. That's another reason I try to get like too crazy, because even though the band would be cool with it, I still like to make sure I'm pulling my weight on the loadout. Like what I want to make sure I'm still conscious enough to be doing stuff and doing it right.
Oh yeah. Well, my thing was just because. I mean, it's not very ladylike. And I'm not saying that, women can't do it too. It's not attractive.
Well, I understand. I mean, in the the situation you're in, I mean, it's kind of expected in a way just to party like everybody else is. But I think a lot of people don't realize that we don't always feel like partying like that, when we're the entertainment, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I got things to worry about, like not messing up words.
Yeah, exactly.
Or saying something stupid over the microphone, because that happens all the time.
Yeah, that's why I'm so glad. I'm lucky to have Paul in our band. Paul's the bass player, Paul Blankenship. He does most of all of our pretty much talking over the mic, because I have just stuck my foot in my mouth so many times. I just don't want to do that anymore. I'm so horrible at it. I'm so horrible at talking to crowds. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, most ridiculous thing you've said over the microphone.
Well, usually my band doesn't let me forget whenever I say something really stupid. But we recorded a video actually for one of our songs, "See You Soon." We did it at Sky Bar one night, and we played it twice just so we could get good video on it. And at the end, I was just saying thank you so much, and I said so much. It's like, what am I saying? Why? It wasn't. I know it wasn't that big of a deal, but I just feel so silly when I say things like that. It's just shut up. Just shut up, Trey.
Well, because you can't take it back, and you already said it, so you're like, ugh.
Yeah. Every time I say something that's like that.
I say stupid stuff. I mean, at least every show. So you're lucky that you have somebody else to talk for you.
Definitely. I know I am very lucky.
Oh, bless it. Golly. Oh, life on the road.
No doubt.
And being I don't even consider myself to be a lead singer so much anymore, just because Peter sings quite a bit.
Yeah.
So like we all share that for the most part.
I like that. I think that's I guess a sign of like a well-rounded band, because like everybody can do their part and more kind of thing.
Yeah.
I like it. I like sharing the duties, and it's for usually bands that don't have that, or there's a lot of ego involved. And I feel like, your band and our band, we're lucky to not have to deal with stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. Does Paul sing as well?
Oh yeah,
your bass player.
He's a great singer. Paul and Jake both do sing a lot. Even the guy who's playing guitar for us right now, Michael Morris, he does some singing too now. So just everybody, even our sound guy, he will come out and sing a few songs.
Really?
He is probably a better singer than all of us put together. He's just well-rounded. Jordan Cunningham is his name. He's got a band called Hopes on Hold, if you do want to check some of that. It's a pop punk band from Tallahassee, Alabama, and he is a very talented dude. He does a great job doing lights and sound for us, and just a hard worker and a good dude. He's good to have around. So
very cool.
Yeah.
I wish I could get our sound guy to sing, but I think people would run away. At least that's what he tells me, so I'm just gonna believe him.
Who is your sound guy's name? I'm sorry.
Jeff Brady.
Jeff Brady.
Sorry,
okay.
I should have said that. It's rude. Jeff Brady's our sound guy. But
Gotcha.
yeah, he's a good dude. We like to make fun of him a lot. His big thing is he says frickin' idiots a lot, as well as, or whatever.
Yeah.
I just ate a hamburger or whatever.
Yeah.
So Wes Good and I, the bass player,
right.
when we're driving in the van, so it's Jeff drives the van, and then Wes sits in the passenger seat, and then I sit in the seat behind him, and so on and so on. And so whenever Jeff's talking to Wes about something that happened during the week, as soon as he says, or whatever, Good looks back at me, and it's like we count how many times he says it in like that conversation.
That is hilarious, because we do the same thing to our Michael Keys, the guy I told you the story about in Tuscaloosa.
Uh-huh.
But his is and stuff, but he'll say something, he'll say and stuff, but I went to golf today and stuff, but and we'll count how many times he's it's like nonstop. It's hilarious.
Well, that makes me, and he was the sound guy?
He was, yeah. He's he doesn't work for us anymore, but
maybe it's a sound guy thing.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Or whatever. He'll probably hate me for saying it. Hopefully, I don't think he listens to these, so I think I'll be okay.
That's funny.
I'm also like a large child too, because he always buys big bag of sprees.
Yeah.
And he'll keep them on the side of his door. And so, like, whenever he's not around and I get a chance to go to the band, like, I was still a handful.
Definitely.
Sometimes he knows, and a lot of times he doesn't. I'm literally a large child. So, what got you into to music?
I'm guessing my parents. I tell people this whenever I get asked this question. My my mom made me like a scrapbook whenever I graduated high school, and it had just stuff from over the years since I was a kid. And I guess in kindergarten they do this Santa list, like your Christmas list from Santa.
Hmm.
And I just looked at my mom put mine in my scrapbook, and there was electric guitar, drum kit, all this music stuff and I was like 5 years old. So I don't remember any of this, but apparently it's just something that I've always just wanted to do. It's just been there all my life, and I can't really point to a specific moment that made me like, hey, that's what I want to do, because I just, as long as I can remember, this is the only thing that I've really ever wanted to do.
Wow.
So,
Well, thank goodness you can sing.
yeah. I know.
Because that would have been really bad. You gotten older and you just had no talent whatsoever.
And that's what honestly I tell people like that come to me like, say, I wish I could do that. And I really believe that like if you want to, then you can. Like if you wanted to, if you have a horrible voice and you want to be a singer, I think there is still hope out there. If you really want to put in the work and learn what you're doing wrong about why your voice does something, I think it's
Uh-huh.
possible. Singing lessons are a thing. I've never taken any, but I've heard of people taking them and they work. So who knows? I do believe that you know it can be done if there's a will.
Right. I suppose. I mean, you could work with a certain style. I mean, it's just trying to figure out your niche.
Yeah, and there's some bands out there who have horrible singers on purpose, I think. So I mean, maybe that might work out. I don't know.
On purpose?
Well, I've just seen some weird. I don't say horrible singers because I think they're doing what they are setting out to do. But it's just there's some random styles of music out there that I don't quite understand, but it's interesting to
No,
me.
okay, I get where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Yes, that is very true. So when you're headed to shows, because like I said in the beginning, I don't listen to music unless I have to learn it.
Yeah.
What do you listen to music?
I do. Sometimes I do. Sometimes, like it depends. Like usually Jordan drives to a lot of the shows, and I usually drive home for most of them. Uh, and what I like listening to reggae music like all the time, really. But after the show, sometimes I'll drive for like an hour or so in just silence, or
Uh,
sometimes I'll listen to music for a little while and be like, all right, I'm done, and I'll just turn it off and just ride in silence for a long time. But honestly, if I can turn on reggae music and listen to it at any given point, I think I can do that and be cool because I never get tired of it. It just never.
it really is a good style of music.
And we don't get to play much reggae in a lot of the shows that we do because mostly we do like the party stuff and we want to keep the energy up.
Right.
But that's why I like listening to reggae is kind of a change of pace for me still because it's a little more chilled out and just vibing kind of thing.
When people book you, especially the fraternity parties, have they ever came to you and been like, "Hey, can you guys just play your stuff, like mellow,
Uh,
chill stuff?"
we do have a few people that ask for them, and sometimes we have to turn down if like just depending on the energy of the party because sometimes we have to be like we might do I'll play it, but we have to do it later in the night, after it's kind of simmered down a little bit because if they don't know it, if it's two or three people asking for the songs, but then there's 100 people there, uh, that's 97 people who won't have a clue what this song is,
Right.
and sometimes we do it anyway. Depends on what the vibe is, but sometimes we try to not. We don't want to. I don't know. We should do it more often, I guess, but yeah, I don't know.
You guys would kill at like beach weddings.
Yeah, we've done a few of those, and those have been really fun. I think those are really cool. I would love to do, which we kind of do sometimes at some local shows. Uh, we'll do a reggae style of some of the other songs we do. We'll just kind of reggaify it, is what we call it, I guess. Uh, and that's fun too. Like just doing the songs that we always play, but just kind of add a reggae beat into it and it changed up a little bit. Those are fun too. It's fun to do that.
Oh, that's awesome. I think that should be your thing though. Like I feel like you should incorporate it and just be a reggae band.
I think so too.
Because you guys would kill, especially in like this area, the Pensacola Gulf. I mean, lower Alabama. I mean, you guys would make a killing.
I think so. I think that would be super fun to do.
And my fiance actually asked when we were listening to you. They're like, "Have they ever played at Bamboo Willie's?"
Never have.
You guys need to look into Pensacola.
Yes.
And Pensacola Beach, because I mean, all summer long, they've got bands, and I mean, a lot of them are really good. Some of them, but you guys would do really well down here. People would really take you guys.
We are coming to Fort Walton. I know that's not like real close to you guys, but
it's only about 30 minutes.
Okay, yeah. We're coming down there on our tour. We're doing a tour this summer to kind of promote our original stuff, and we are coming to Fort Walton. I think.
Please tell me it's during the week.
I'm not exactly sure. I will let you know for sure once I get more details on it. Like we're still kind of working out the details of the tour and everything, but Fort Walton is one of the first places that books, and like they were happy to have us. So I really think that it would be a fun time down there doing more beach shows. I would love that.
Oh man, if I can make that show, I'm totally there.
Yeah, I will let you know for sure.
So you guys are going on tour this summer. Now, do you guys have like a website? Or is it just the Facebook page?
We do have a website. It's blackberrybreezeband.com, and it's got all of our dates are there. All of our music is there. You can buy t-shirt. Our merch store is there.
Oh, you guys got t-shirts back now?
Oh yeah, we got a bunch. We just rarely carry them on the road because a lot of the shows we play really, people just don't buy merch at a lot of the shows we play for some reason.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Definitely bring some for the beach shows because people love to buy merchandise at the beach.
Definitely. We will definitely do that.
So awesome. Okay, so then I will tag your info on coveroncovers.com as well as share it on YouTube with the video that gets posted so that everybody can come see your shows and come listen to you guys because you guys are amazing. And I love that you call it Alabama Reggae.
Yeah. That's kind of our business is Alabama Reggae Music Network, and what our goal is to do the same thing that happened to me is I didn't realize how much I like reggae until I was in college. It's like, wow, this is a whole world of music that's just beautiful, and like I want people to see that kind of thing, because if I can go from being a hard rocker to a chill out reggae singer, then how many more people would enjoy reggae as much as I do, and I think a lot of people would if they give it a chance. So
right, it's not because I mean I know that most people kind of probably look at reggae and think, oh, it's like pothead music, it's stoner music, because instantly they think Bob Marley. But I mean, I love reggae music just because it's soothing. It's like
it really is.
I mean, it's like listening to the ocean to me. Like it's just calming. So. But definitely, yeah, reggae is something everybody should try, kind of like opera.
Absolutely. I've never seen some opera. I've never really got an opera, but I should because.
Well, you've seen Phantom of the Opera, right?
You know what? You're gonna hate me, but no.
Oh.
I know.
Okay, so you have homework, and you have to watch that movie.
Will do.
You have to watch that movie. Okay, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, Trey Foshee, thank you so much for being on episode 4 of Cover on Covers. I really appreciate you doing this.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
And you did great. People are going to love you.
Thank you so much.
All right, y'all. So, Blackberry Breeze, y'all look them up. We'll see you next time.